Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit on the brakes on your vehicle. So I don't know how many of you, I know I used to be a victim of this. When I found out I needed brakes, I would call around and look for the best price on brakes. Getting worst case scenario, give me worst case scenario, what I'm going to need on my brakes. They're making noise, they're grinding. Somebody looked at them and said I needed brakes. I just want to explain a little bit why it is not so easy to give a price over the phone and why it is important to have a certified technician take a look at your brakes before doing your brakes so you have a good idea what you're looking at. So we're going to come over here. We're looking at a brand new Highlander, so of course does not need brakes, thank goodness. But I just wanted to show the components that come into play when it comes to estimating a brake repair. You have your brake rotor. Majority of the time when a car has 40, 50, 60,000 miles, you're going to have an extreme rust slip right here around the edge. Machining that off is going to bring the rotor way below manufacturer specification. Today's rotors are made a lot lighter, a lot thinner for fuel economy. So machining them is not as easy as it was back in the day. You have your brake pads. Tools are usually used to measure. Every manufacturer has a different thickness of brake pad right from the manufacturer. So to say 50% worn, 20% worn is very hard to do without using a proper measurement tool. And that's just basically taking the tool and putting it on the brake pad to show how much wear is on that brake pad, okay? The biggest and most important part of inspecting a brake repair is inspecting the actual caliper assembly. That is this portion and this portion which operates your brakes. Every time you hit the brakes, the caliper closes and then releases when you take your foot off the brake. Inside the caliper right here is a piston. So if you ever hear somebody say if the piston did not go back in the caliper, this is what they're talking about because this is what operates the caliper. Due to contaminated brake fluid, rust, years of operating, these may start to malfunction. So when you're talking a brake repair, it could be anywhere from rotors and pads, calipers. You got a brake hose that feeds fluid to the calipers. There's so many components that come into play. There's different grade of brake pads. There are your less expensive brake pads, a little bit of noise, a little bit of brake dust. Then you have your premium brake pads. You're going to get new hardware. All this hardware is going to be new. So there's a lot of pieces and parts that go into pricing up a brake repair. My recommendation to you, if you're told you need brakes and you want a second opinion, take the necessary time to go to another repair facility and have them look at it. They may be able to help save you some money. They'll give you different options. What kind of brake pads are they using? What kind of rotors? But most definitely, try and get your brakes inspected every oil change. Once you hit about 20% life left, you may want to start thinking about replacing. It's the best time to keep your brakes from overheating and damaging your calipers, which can double the expense of your brake repair. Just some helpful hints in when you're dealing with brakes and looking for estimates on your brake repair. Thank you.